What is up, guys? Blade Master here. This is another matchup from the Unit Band EX tournament. This tournament has been going really well. I've been loving playing and casting all these matches. So thank you to all the people who've sent me their matches, which is almost all of them. So in this match, we are going to be looking at Silverwind versus JohannesVB. JohannesVB is from the VOD, that is Victory or Death Clan. And Silverwind is from our very own Wolf of Remus, aka Wolf Clan. Silverwind is one of the newer entrants, kind of like a rising star. He won a couple of tournaments, even though he's only been in the clan for like maybe a couple of months. Let's see how well he does in Rome 2. I think he didn't have too much experience in Rome 2. I think he started most of his multiplayer with Attila, although I could be wrong. So, the situation is, JohannesVB decided to pick Rome. He was top of the bracket, so he had first pick of faction and map in game 1. So he decided to pick Rome, and he's of course decided to go Alexandria, the powerhouse map for the powerhouse faction in this tournament. Rome, of course, has no charge bonus on its infantry, so the forest will actually help their infantry become stronger, because most other melee infantry rely on their charge a bit more than Roman infantry. Roman infantry simply relies on their insane melee attack, good defense, good armor, good health, general tankiness to win them and grind out a melee engagement. So in response, Silverwind decided to ban Hastati and Evocati. It's the usual HE ban against Rome. Decent, I definitely agree with that. I know Hitchens Hitchens wanted to, or it didn't really rate the Evocati ban, but I don't think there's a unit more suited to banning than the Evocati. Especially in Alexandria, what else are you really going to ban? If you ban the Equites, he can just bring Sokia Equites. Sure, if you ban Evocati, you can obviously just bring like Eagle Cohorts or something, but that's just a risk you have to take in. The Evocati, there's a reason why everyone picked Evocati in tournaments. They are really the most cost-effective melee infantry unit in the game, or at least for Rome. So then he decided to go and pick Carthage. Carthage is a decently strong faction in the Unit Ban EX tournament because it's got such variety. I just don't know if it has the killing power to match Rome. So they have a huge variety in their roster, but unlike Rome, a lot of their units are simply not as cost effective. So he's going to be trying to utilize the maximum of his mercenary capabilities. In fact, one of the mercenaries have been banned for him, the Noble Fighters. I don't really understand why Noble Fighters are, sorry, this should be F. I don't know why people decide to ban Noble Fighters. Noble Fighters, I just don't really rate them. I mean, they're okay units, but I don't see the point of bringing them. They can act like Oathsworn and thus destroy a lot of Roman infantry, but Noble Fighters again rely on the charge a lot, which will be negated by the huge amounts of forest in this map. So that's one unit banned. The second unit banned were the Libyan infantry. Again, I'm not really feeling these ban picks by Johannes or JVB as I'd like to call him now, because Libyan infantry are good, but if you were going to ban them, I would rather just ban Samnite warriors and Scutari. But that's, I guess, just personal opinion. I like the Scutari and the Samnites better than the Libyan infantry. Even with shield wall, Libyan infantry really aren't good. Samnites are so much tankier, and the Scutari are so much stronger in punching a hole, that I would much rather ban those two if you're just going for a straight up melee infantry ban. But personally, I would think banning the Carthaginian cav and mercenary Scutari cav would have a much bigger dent in Carthage's hopes of winning a battle, especially since they have so many melee infantry options, but they have very few cavalry options. Banning the two mid-tier cavalry options that they have would be a much better choice in my opinion. So after that huge intro, let's go ahead and take a look at Silverwind's build. He's brought 2 mercenary Balearic Slingers. He's brought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 melee infantry as his front line, 3 mercenary Samnites and 2 mercenary Scutari. He's brought 1, 2, 3, and 4 mercenary Gallic warriors and another, that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 melee infantry units. 10 melee infantry units, mercenary Iberian swordsman on the right flank, and there should be another mercenary Iberian swordsman on the left. I guess somewhere over there must be one more. So yeah, he's taken 11 melee infantry. Now, yes, you might be wondering, the rules state that max 8 infantry have to be taken, but JVB explicitly allowed Silverwind to sort of quote-unquote break the rules. He was like, okay, it's fine, I've taken Rome, and I can survive an onslaught of 11 melee infantry to my 8. So, I mean, yeah, if you're comfortable with your opponent bringing more melee infantry, then more power to you, I guess. And you can't really complain if you do lose the battle. But if you win, you will forever be regarded as a champion and a cool by everyone who watches this video, which is, I guess, around 200 people. Sorry, I had to take a screenshot there. It's too nice. Wow, debug cam. Alright, so wow, debug cam. That's the that's not yet. God, this intro is just way too long-winded. Anyways, the rest: 1 African war elephant, 3 Carthaginian cav, and 1 more Carthage. So 4 Carthaginian cav totally brought by Silverwind. 2 mercenary auxiliary Balearic slingers brought by the Romans, who are in the forest. Of course, forest protection for the Balearic slingers of Silverwind as well. So it's going to be a pretty even matchup there. You can see some more units here. 1, 2, 3, and 4 legionaries in the center. Looks like 1 veteran legionary so far, so total of 5 melee infantry units brought by the Romans. JVB is not focus firing, while Silverwind is focus firing, which would give him a pretty decent advantage over JVB in the skirmish engagement. Looks like the skirmish engagement is going to happen for a bit. The total battle length is only 1152, so it might not last for too much longer. So due to the forest, a lot of these slingshots are just going to go, here and there, not going to hit the Balearic slingers. There's not going to be very much casualties taken on both fronts. 85 and 83 versus 90 and 82. So it looks like Silverwind focus firing is actually not as good of an idea. But yeah, you can see these Balearic slingers are taking more damage. They will take more and more damage quicker as the skirmish engagement goes on. 3 kills with these guys, 9 kills with these guys. Oh yeah, and of course a couple of late Libyan hoplites. They are mainstay of any Carthaginian army. One thing that I don't like is bringing the African war elephant as a general. That's a very risky strategy. Very, very risky strategy, especially considering how quickly elephants can run amok and how quickly elephants can die. That is definitely a huge risk. And of course, considering the huge amounts of javelins that all melee infantry receive in Total War Rome 2. Side chariots, on the other hand, are another super unit, but I don't think it's as risky bringing side chariots because they're just so quick that sometimes the javelins just fail to hit them, just lands behind them. So yeah, Balearic slingers down to 65 units here. Balearic slingers 75 here and 62, so it really seems like JVB focusing on different units is paying off more than Silverwind. Very strange. Like, I was almost certain that oh sorry, let me just scoot up in front. I was almost certain that friendly fire focus fire in Rome 2 was a much better idea than focusing on 2 different units at the same time. I guess the forest really does play a huge role. So yeah, actually let's go over. Let's take a more detailed look at the Carthaginian army for now. So he's got 3 mercenary Samnites, and he's got 2 mercenary Scutari. Behind these Scutari, he's got 3 mercenary Gallic warriors and 1 more, and there's only 1 Gallic warrior supporting these 3 Samnites. And there's there's only 1 more. So I think he's only brought 10 melee infantry. Now, this is strange. What I would personally have liked to see is having the Samnites interspersed with the mercenary Scutari, because that would give you a good combination of both staying power and punching power, and it wouldn't lead to one flank being much more vulnerable than the other flank. So this flank would be very tanky, whereas this flank, while it would be aggressive, is also very fragile, relatively fragile. You can see the main difference between these two are the 65 health and the disciplined ability for the mercenary Samnites, whereas the mercenary Scutari have better weapon damage. Yeah, they have slightly better weapon damage, much better melee attack. They have lower health, they have lower armor, and That's about it, but lower health and armor play a much bigger role than the slight increase in melee defense that these guys have over the mercenary Samnites. So it always ends up that the Skutari are a very good punching power, a punch unit, but they can very easily rout in an extended melee. Whereas Samnites, they will rack up kills, they'll rack up kills very slowly. The rear line of mercenary Gallic warriors is a very good idea. Mercenary Gallic warriors are just a very good unit. Not as strong as the mercenary Celtic warriors, but can definitely get a lot of kills, especially if they come in for a second charge or if they come in for a rear charge. They can do a lot of damage and can definitely help break down the Roman infantry. So that being said, let's go ahead and fast forward, because this is taking too long, bro. Here, only one auxiliary Balearic Slinger is fighting up against two mercenary Balearics. Woohoo! Shit's going down. Alright, so now the Roman infantry comes and the Roman army comes in full view. We can see one auxiliary cav and one legionary cav on Silverwind's left flank, and same thing on his right flank. So we saw a total of 4 legionaries before and 1 veteran legionary. The rear line is made up by, it should be 3 more veteran legionaries, 1, 2 and 3. It seems that he lacks a legionary unit in the center. Meanwhile, the center is instead made of, or comprised of, 1 Velites, 1 Leves, and a second Velites. So 2 Velites and 1 Leves in the center with a Legatus general. So he's going to try and use his skirmish potential. He's got much better skirmish line than the Carthaginians. Mercenary Balearic Slingers, though, doing basically much better than the auxiliary Balearics. JVB made a mistake in letting 1 slinger unit fire up against 2. But at the end of the day, it means that these Balearic Slingers have lost a lot of their ammo. And especially against Roman troops in the forest, they're really not going to be able to do much. He should be... Oh, he's targeting the Legatus, which is a very smart move. The second best target for them would be the Velites, because the Velites and the Leves can do a lot of damage to the elephants, and they are very lowly armored and have basically you know, just a tiny little handbag for shields, so they won't really be able to block much. So first he gets a decent shot on the Legatus. Should be starting to aim. Oh, he's got an auxiliary Syrian archer here too, so yeah, he's really why would you bring so many skirmishers if you're going to fight in Alexandria? Not really sure. Might have been better just to bring like better infantry. Legionaries are decent, but you can just as well bring like more veterans. You could bring 2 more veterans, maybe some Eagle cohort, first cohort, maybe even Praetorian Guard. They could do decent. Okay, are we going to see some MLG tactics here? The auxiliary cavalry about to charge in, and then they're going to be followed up with a charge from the legionaries. Samnites charging in. I hope the Samnites are taken out of formation, because otherwise it'll be all sorts of screwy. Ooh, very good pull through here. Very, very solid pull through. Auxiliary cavalry charging into the mercenary Gallic warriors, not letting them get a charge in. And here, legionaries doesn't look like the Skutari got a charge in. Either ways, the mercenary Gallic warriors are going to come into support there. And the auxiliary cavalry taken a lot of damage, but did a lot of HP damage on these Samnites. Now you can see the legionaries taking 6 casualties, destroying these mercenary Samnites. Meanwhile, here legionaries fighting up against a mix of Samnite and Gallic warriors. So that is how crucial. This is how crucial that one auxiliary cavalry charge was. Sure, on the face of it, the auxiliary cavalry took only 11 casualties. Actually, I might make an MLG moment on this. Sure, on the face of it, the auxiliary cavalry got only 11 kills, but it allowed the legionary unit to get an uninterrupted charge in the Samnites, who were already toppled down. But more importantly, it allowed it didn't allow the mercenary Gallic warriors to support. Now you can see what exactly that mercenary Gallic support meant. You can see they got 8 kills here, 28 kills with mercenary Samnite warriors, and now that legionary unit is down to 83 and is losing decisively. Now, mercenary Samnites not getting a charge, finally get a charge in. Lately been Hoplite is charging into legionary cavalry, not good for the legionary cavalry, even though there is a veteran legionary there to support. The Balearic Slingers are meanwhile firing into the levies. The general has already charged in. He's at full strength. Oh, this is bad. The Pilas haven't been tossed into the elephant, and there's good support there. Auxiliary cavalry. Oh no, flaming shot being fired by. Oh, this is very, very good here. Very good use of of the auxiliary African war elephants. He got the charge in from his Carthaginian cav here, and didn't let the auxiliary Syrian archers fire their flaming shot. The flaming shot could actually be very deadly here, because then it would just charge into the mercenary Gallic warriors. Now, African war elephants already gotten a single experience chevron. They are ooh, Stampede. Oh, why would you pop second wind there? That's a waste of second wind. But they are taking a lot of damage here. The reason why I say second wind is a waste there is because he just popped in his ability. So he after the Stampede goes down, they are not going to be fresh. Or maybe I was wrong. I guess, okay, I guess he popped it at the right time. Never mind. They are out of control. Still haven't taken any casualties. They are definitely very low on HP because that Velites have gotten a lot of javelin shots on them. But the Carthaginians just mopping up because they've got so much melee infantry here. And of course, the African war elephants didn't get any pillars tossed into them. Now they're starting to get some shots. And yeah, you can see so many elephants just died in one volley. One more volley and the general is about to die. But the Legatus is also dead because the Carthaginian cavalry have caught them. The Carthaginian cav here doing very well against the legionary cav. Lately been Hoplites popped into Hoplite phalanx, already getting so many kills against the auxiliary cavalry. That's because they have the 30 bonus versus cavalry. Here, lately been Hoplites almost got a single experience chevron. Meanwhile, Balearic Slingers pouring in fire against Balearic Slingers here, and the mercenary Gallic warriors go to support and just going to charge into them. These African war elephants charging into their own Scutari. Scutari are going to take some damage. They are still out of control. They're not moving too much. Velites is almost getting a double experience chevron. The African war elephants are down to 8 units, but the Roman line has completely collapsed. Yeah, I thought he would be able to punch a hole with that one legionary, but the auxiliary Syrian... why do I keep saying fucking auxiliary Syrian elephant? This is pissing me off. The African war elephants just charged down the middle and just completely destroyed the Roman line. And then that timing from that Carthaginian cap to pin down the auxiliary Syrian archers was absolutely crucial. Very well played by Silverwind there. Now, the Velites pulling back, auxiliary Balearic Slingers pulling back. He's got a lot of skirmishes, but there's still cav left on the field. A couple of cav left. And legionary cavalry, they're going to help out here, but then there's this African war elephant still at 8 units. This game is over for the Romans, unfortunately. So you can see Rome losing twice in round 1. The powerhouse faction losing twice. Although, in my case, it was simply because I got outplayed. In this case, Silverwind played very well. He definitely played very well. But I think that Rome would have had a much better time if Carthage wasn't allowed to bring 10 infantry units over them. That said, you know, he did. I might even say that Silverwind outplayed him. Some of the cav, you know, if you're bringing elephants, all that matters is a couple of seconds. In that couple of seconds, he managed to pin down the Syrian archers. He managed to run rampant with his elephants onto the rear of Roman legionaries, and then also managed to catch some of the Velites. Didn't allow them to fire too much of their ammo. So, elephants who usually die very, very easily still managed to get 136 kills, inflict so much fear in the Roman main line. And meanwhile, you know, the Legatus also died in a very timely fashion for the Carthaginians, that basically the Roman line chain rounded. The legionaries don't have the greatest morale among the Roman units. Veteran legionaries definitely do. 65 is 5 less than the best morale that you can get in the game. But legionaries, I think they're probably like 55 to 60, I would say. Since they're pretty cheap, they're like 660 talents. So yeah, you know, all those effects combined would definitely affect them quite a bit. All those fear effects, I mean. So Carthage takes the first game in a very surprising turn of events. A very long skirmish battle, and then the actual battle was over in a couple of seconds. So very interesting dynamic going on there. 28 seconds here, Elephant still charging in, destroying the last of the veteran legionaries. These guys did very well, 247 kills. Costly victory to Carthage. You can see the Gallic warriors, I told you they're good. 103 kills, 112 and 75 kills, single experience chevron for each of them. This one Carthaginian cav with a double XP chevron, hardly taking any casualties. I think it just destroyed all the skirmishers. Mercenary Samnites, again, what did I say? Mercenary Samnites are very good. 85, 93 and 91 kills. Some of the Scutari as well. I think if you just banned Mercenary Samnites and Scutari, you would cripple the Carthaginian infantry line so much. The Scutari also doing very well. Anyways guys, that's the end of this battle. Hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more. Peace.